Well, thank you for joining us today. I'm Katie Bowman,
I'm Logan. Y'all hear me? I'm Logan Serbaugh.
and we're graduate research assistants at the University of Memphis. I'm working on my PhD in civil engineering.
And I'm currently working on my master's in civil engineering with Dr. Stephanie Ivy. So we'll be presenting in place of Dr. Ivy today.
And we're here to talk about the West Tennessee STEM Hub. Today, we're going to go over who we are, an overview of the STEM ambassadors, the STEM lending library, STEM events, professional development, web resources, and question and answers. So what do we do? We're here to unite K through 12 STEM outreach in and out of the classroom, and basically conversations for higher education and industry around STEM education. So the Hope Hub programs, you want to talk about this?
So we have four main different hub programs that we do. So we have our STEM Ambassador program, which is our undergraduate STEM majors at the University of Memphis that go into the classrooms and help teachers with basically whatever they need. So we'll take STEM kits into the classrooms. We'll help with lesson planning, anything that we can provide assistance. We're kind of like a teacher assistant. So we partner with the schools and we're able to go in those classrooms. Usually we try to provide at least 2 ambassadors. They vary in majors, so we'll have everybody across the board in STEM majors. A lot of ours are engineering majors because we are based out of Herf College of Engineering. But that is our STEM Ambassador program. We also have our STEM lending library, which is what I run. It's my baby. So it is a library, as I said, of different STEM kits that we have. I think we have roughly 400 to 500 kits right now that we lend out free to all teachers within West Tennessee. So you'll create an account. You'll be able to go on and log in, and this is anything from robotics to STEM other kits, and I'll talk about that in just a minute. We also do STEM events and some professional development that we'll get into in just a few.
So STEM ambassadors, basically we have 40 employees right now that are all undergraduate, like Logan said, that are STEM majors. And basically they're amazing. They're viewed through our West Tennessee STEM Hub. But they go into the classrooms and basically they are STEM outreach. They listen to the kids and understand what they need. They're assist the teachers. Do you want to add to that?
Yeah, so we'll also do a lot of assistance with, y'all hear me? Okay, it seems to be kicking out. So we also do a lot of STEM assistance with competitions. So we'll do robotics competitions. So we have done, a lot of our ambassadors have training in VEX, mate underwater robotics. We're able to also help with basically anything that is needed. And I think that kind of covers that a little bit. We'll also run some teacher-driven like STEM activities and different workshops and stuff like that. We'll talk about that. We have one coming up here shortly as well.
So this was an Agri-Stem field trip that we did with East High School. We were able to go to the Agri Center, and basically the students first went to Ducks Unlimited and heard a conversation about sorry, I lost my train of thought. Basically land analysis, and then they were able to go out in the field and learn about solar energy and how solar energy can be applied to STEM outreach. This was an awesome little engineering day we did with John P. Freeman. We had about 10 different stations, and this is on the right-hand side, a DNA Connects kit. On the bottom left is a straw rocket, and then on the top left is a foil boat.
So as I mentioned, I run the STEM Lending Library at the University of Memphis. And so we're located on campus in the University of Memphis in the FedEx Institute of Technology building. So we have our own room, and what teachers will do is they're able to come up and they're able to check those kids out, and we'll talk to them. So we can provide you with lesson plans, ideas, anything that we need. And if you do need it, we're also able to provide an ambassador to accompany those kids into your classroom to kind of help you get started. So as I mentioned, we have a little bit of everything, and we're always ordering more and always open to ideas. So right now we have a lot of robotics. We have a lot of biology. We're bringing in some chemistry kits. With robotics, we have Spheros, VEX, Little Bits. As I mentioned, we're always ordering more. We also have a lot of different Connects kits, anything from engineering to the DNA replication, some early elementary math. We also have a bunch of different just kind of random kits, which would be anything that you could possibly need. We probably have something that we can help you. I mean, we have a box of kidney beans, so anything that you can want, we can probably figure out how to provide. As Katie mentioned, we also have stuff like our straw rockets. So these are like, our physics applications and stuff like that we're able to provide. A lot of our kits are very multi-use, so we can do a little bit of everything. We also have a lot of elementary coding all the way up to our VEX, our VEX IQ. We're bringing in some VEX Go kits as well for the younger kids. We do have 3 locations. So I work the University of Memphis location, but we also have one at the University of Memphis Lambeth campus. It's a little bit smaller, but it's still got a lot of the main kits that I discussed. We also partner with the Dyersburg State Community College to help them with funding for their kits and provide them kits, but we do not run that one ourselves. And so, as it was shown at the bottom a little bit, we impact a lot of different students and teachers. So over the course of 2020, everybody experienced the virtual atmosphere, but we were still able to provide a lot of kits for at-home activities that the teachers did, and we, as well as virtual activities, so, some DIY kits and stuff like that you can do with just basic activities at home. And so that year we impacted roughly 1,500 students, and we're on pace to, I think, double that this year. As well as I think we're close to 50 to 60 teachers as well. So it's a great opportunity. And as you can see here, here's a few pictures of these kits in action. So on the left, this is at one of the schools. I'm not sure which school this was at, but these are Connects car kits. So we'll come and we'll set up like little obstacle courses. We can do a little bit of everything with those kits and provide multiple different levels depending on the age range of the kids. Whether it's we bring the already built cars and they look at just the effect of weight on the cars, or we bring the kit, or we give them no instructions and we say, okay, this is the task we want you to do. Can you design it to do this? And that's where we will apply that to our upper, middle, and high school level kids as well. We also, on the right, you see these are actually college kids, undergraduate majors in the education department. So we did program with them and kind of let them get their hands on with these little Kublets robots and show them kind of our typical lesson plan that we'll run in a classroom. And so our competitions. So as I mentioned, we run a bunch of different competitions. So our first one here is our Construction Junior. I'm not going to touch on that too much because Katie's going to talk about it in just a minute, but I will go into the other one. So we ran a IT Innovate Pedestrian Safety Challenge that we partnered with the University of Memphis ITE Student Chapter. And we had 96 students enter into the competition, and they submit a infographic and a presentation on pedestrian safety within our particular community. And so they address those impacts, and they're able to develop both those ELA skills as well as the STEM side and bring that all in together and present those to us. And we just announced the winners last week. We also have our SSR TikTok STEM Challenge, where we'll have students present different STEM concepts on TikTok. And we had a great turnout for this one. And we're able to upload those to our TikTok page and our YouTube page and kind of show those off as well. We also have our Buckman STEM Essay Contest, which is, as it sounds, just STEM Essay Contest where we'll partner with Buckman. And this is also another really big opportunity for the students to be able to help out and get involved. They'll present it in front of a panel of judges. We bring in a lot of different professionals within the engineering and STEM community to help us with a lot of these different competitions and to introduce those students to that real world professionalism and professional development activities and presentation skills. And then lastly, we're currently running our West Tennessee STEM Hub Inventors competition. And it is actually this upcoming Friday is our first event. It's our first year doing it. And this is it's kind of modeled off of the invention convention. And the kids will come in and develop these inventions, present them to a panel of judges. And this is anything STEM related that can solve a current issue. And then, so we're working through that this year. And we have a great impact and great participation this year in that.
So this year we were able to have 13 schools compete in our Construction Junior competition. We had approximately over 13,000 pounds of food donated to the Mid-South Food Bank. The structures were amazing. This is just one picture you can see on the right-hand side. It says "We Are Memphis," and it was a barge in the Mississippi River. So it was really awesome. And basically, it's a workout to get all those cans in and out of the Rose Theater. And it was just amazing to see. We also had a portion where students had to do the design on Tinkercad. I don't know if you guys ever used Tinkercad before, but it's a great application to use within the classroom. So they had to build their construction constructor on Tinkercad and then submit that, and then with that design they built the structure. And then we also have professional development opportunities. Our next one is May 17th with International Paper. The topic is so you want to build an online store, and it's virtual, so if anyone is interested, I could give you the registration link to sign up. But basically, it's a great opportunity for teachers and students to learn about STEM and opportunities within the community. Do you want to add anything?
And so as Katie mentioned, this is a free workshop. So anybody and everybody can join, students, teachers, all ages. Obviously with some of the younger students, it may not, be as functional as, our high school students, but everybody would be great opportunity for everybody to join. As you mentioned, it's virtual, and it will be with a professional in the field. It's primarily computer science-based lesson there.
We also have Innovations in STEM workshop. Dr. Stephanie Ivy was able to do a water pollution workshop this past fall, where she partnered with the environmental engineering department. And then we also have digital readiness workshop, but basically just innovations that are up and coming and basically just involve teachers to stay involved in STEM.
So I'm going to discuss our web resources. And so these are all free and available on our website, westtennesseestemhub.org. And if for some reason that link doesn't work, it's changed a few times. But just search West Tennessee STEM Hub on Google and you're able to find it. And all of these are readily available. Great website, and I'll show you a couple pictures in just a second. But we do have kind of a wide variety on this website. So this website's addressed for students, teachers, and ambassadors alike. And so you'll see our STEM ambassador profiles. So these are all of our current STEM ambassadors, which I mentioned earlier, our undergraduate STEM majors that come in the classroom. So we use this as an opportunity to allow the teachers to kind of understand what our STEM ambassadors are about, what major they are, what are their interests, just a few fun questions in addition to some basic knowledge about the STEM Hub and their background, their expertise, and what they're able to provide to a classroom. We also have free lesson plans and activities. So as you can see here on the left, we have our also our blog, which is ran strictly by our STEM ambassadors. And this blog has a bunch of different lessons, different ideas, different current events that's happening, and just a little bit of introduction to what's going on in the STEM Hub. On the right, you can see our YouTube page. So we run a West Tennessee STEM Hub YouTube, and we'll upload anything from different things we have at our summer camp. So if we do like a virtual summer camp and we do a DIY craft with little robotics, or we did a brush bot where we provided the students with little toothbrush, little intro robotics kit, and let them make this little thing over one of the summer camp. So we'll load that up there. We also load some of our different activities, different things we're doing, and different lessons that the kids will run themselves. So anything that you can find that we do, we try to upload it, we try to provide it for free. So we also have a bunch of different professional development and a bunch of different links and resources for teachers on our website that aren't just us, but other things that we're doing, competitions that we're having. So with that, I think that kind of covers the majority of our West Tennessee STEM Hub website. Our upcoming STEM Hub events, so we have 4 upcoming events. Our after-school STEM, so you want to build an online store that Katie talked about. As she mentioned, it's May 17th, 3:30 to 5 p.m. And we'll provide this link as well if anybody, but it's also on our website. We have our Innovations in STEM conference for STEM teachers within the West Tennessee STEM Hub area. It will be held at the University of Memphis and the FedEx Institute of Technology. And we'll provide a bunch of different little workshops, some presentations, and a little bit of hands-on stuff as well there. It's from June 2nd from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then our amazing Girls Experiencing Engineering Summer Camp. So we're running 3 different summer camps, high school, middle school, and elementary. And these are really amazing programs for its girls within the West Tennessee area and anywhere around. And they come for a week. We do a bunch of different activities. We bring in speakers from outside, engineering professionals, to kind of speak with them and give them that insight and their perspective on entering the workforce and what's currently going on. We also have our new transportation camp this summer. So it's the first time bringing it back, and it's for middle school, 5th to 8th grade, and so it'll cover primarily transportation engineering topics. We will be releasing the registration and announcement early this week. If you have any information about that, it'll also be posted on our website. So it'll be held June 20th to 24th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Here's a list of our partners. And with that, I'm going to open it up for any questions that anybody has. I'm going to bring this back to you.
Not so much a question, but just like thank you, because we borrow stuff from you guys all the time. We're always getting STEM ambassadors at the Memphis School of Excellence, so I just want to say thank you for always being so open and willing to like do whatever we need. It's been awesome, so thank you.
Thank you so much. Does anybody else have a question? Anything we can provide, any additional information that we can kind of help add on to what we do? Any questions, any ideas for the future? We're always welcome to everything.
Yeah, I've been looking through your lending library, and of course I looked up there at those opportunities for, different things for the kids. And if we start them younger than 3rd grade, by the time they get to 3rd grade, they are just amazing. So there's just not a lot on the lending library. I was looking through it. So suggestions for the future.
Okay, perfect. So what was mentioned, I'm going to just kind of repeat this for the online audience. So was bringing in some younger audience, some younger activities for the students on the lending library. And so one thing I will say to that is, as I mentioned, we are bringing on some new stuff. So we're bringing in some stuff really soon. And I will say it is targeted to younger audience. So we have a lot of different little robotics bringing in that are introduced for that younger group. So those will be going on there really shortly, really soon. So keep an eye on that, and we'll hopefully be able to get back. And if I can get your contact information later, we'll discuss that. Does anybody else have any questions?
So other than students, do you have any professional development for teachers at methods at schools?
Yes, so we've actually done a few. What was asked is, do you have any professional development for teachers? So we do have some professional development that we run other than our workshops. So we can provide assistance there. We can help out depending on kind of the current, or depending on the situation. We can kind of discuss that and set something up if needed. As I mentioned, we have our Innovations in STEM conference. It's a great opportunity for the STEM educators locally to kind of come together and interact with each other. It's a great group of teachers as well. So did that answer your question? Or we also have some resources on our website strictly for teachers and professional development on that as well.
Yeah, we also have the after-school STEM PD sessions, and then the innovations workshops. So we just we hold them periodically, but we try to do them monthly at least.
And we're always open to any topics that anybody would be interested in. If you have any topics that you or your community, your school, your other teachers that you've talked to would be interested in learning more about, feel free to let us know, because we're always willing to kind of adapt that to whatever you need. So that's what we're here for. We're here for the teachers. We're here for the students.
What's the best way to stay in the loop? Like, is there an email that goes out every now and then, just kind of about different events?
Yes. So what was asked is, what's the best way to stay in the loop? So we will actually provide, for the people in person, we'll provide a sign-up sheet. We'll just get your email, and we'll add you to our email list. So anytime we have any new events coming up, anything like that, we'll send out an email to everybody. I think they're sent out pretty regularly with all the different competition updates and different stuff that we're doing. So I'll make sure to get your email after this as well. Any other questions?
Does anybody have any recommendations on how we can improve?
Thank you so much. I think we're ending a little early. If there's anything anybody would like to discuss a little bit more, feel free to come let us know, and we'll be glad to talk.